Chanchal Rajora, Group CFO and Advisor at Transformers and Rectifiers, Johnson, right now on the show. Mr. Rajora, good having you as always. Thanks for joining in. Neeraj here. Good morning. Is there
Morning,
something?
Neeraj, morning.
Is there a corporate development that we missed in the last 2 or 3 days, that namely Thursday and Friday, which happened?
No, nothing like that, Neeraj. The thing is this only is that investors have started showing confidence in the company as usual again. So the small hiccups has been coming into the right directions. That is the major shift which is happening now.
Fair
Right,
comment.
as we have been always maintaining that we are on a right path, and that's what we always we maintain today also.
Okay. Would love to know, I mean, how has the quarter been thus far, Mr. Rajora, in terms of order bookings, in terms of all the conversations or communication that you've had to do with various agencies globally and in India? How is the quarter shaping up?
Neeraj, when we met last, I told you that it is quarter two was one of the quarter where we miss to deliver because of the certain reasons. And I told you last time also, from this quarter we'll be back into the growth path again. And I can only say that we are into that direction, and things are going on well as far as execution, delivery, and revenue guidance is concerned.
Mr. Rajora, good morning, Alex here. If we can look at a few numbers, that would be fantastic, because, and I remember our conversation the last time, you said that you were deliberately moderating order intake, and that has changed, right? So therefore, and also you had orders under negotiation of as much as 18,000 crore, very large amount. How much has emerged from that, and where will you likely end the year based on the orders that you're winning in the second half?
Alex, morning. Right. Alex, if you remember that in our earning call also, in our other conversation also, our managing director has clearly said that the order guidance for the year and what we have given, we are going to maintain that, and we are going to close our order book close to 8,000 crore rupees for this year. And we are working on those levels. The inquiries are keep coming and going, and inquiries are well into the line of the execution and as well as the deliverable what company want to give. So that is the clear direction which I would again like to reframe. And quarter two is going good, quarter three is going good, and on that direction also. And very recently, we have got an order for HVDC transformer repair, which is one of its kinds for any Indian origin company, and that will take a different avenue for us.
Come to that in just a bit, but I want to just list out some of the issues that we had spoken about, right? There was an execution and supply chain issue. There was also a shortage of raw materials, and there was a low margin project that you were trying to close out, so that the profile of your margins would improve. Are all three of these issues now resolved?
More or less, everybody, all these issues are in line. Now we have already bring all our raw material in line, not only for this financial, but more or less for the next financial year also. And now our new order books intact is also started well delivering, where now the orders what we will be delivering is for the little bit higher margins, where we will be increasing our profitability also. So these issues are now more or less gone. Since now there is no rain, I hope that deliveries will not be a problem now.
It seems to be liking that the stock has just broken into the green as the management is talking to us as well. Mr. Rajora, you are confident on almost all parameters, including execution and order booking. What is the risk, if at all, if not in quarter three, because I think by now you have a sense of what quarter three will do, but is there any risk for the second half numbers that you've spoken about, either in terms of order inflow or in terms of execution? Any risk at all?
Neeraj, I don't see any risk. I don't see any problem in next 2 quarter numbers rather than next year numbers also, because more or less we have basically learned a lot from the quarter two, and we have placed all the cards in place. And as I will always I say in my conversation, the risk was that we don't perform. And now we understand that how much is cost with when we don't perform. So we all are aligned. Organization is very, very upbeat, aligned in all the directions, and everything seems to be in a proper direction as far as this quarter, next quarter, and as well as the next year is concerned.
Mr. Rajora, you spoke about an HVDC project, which is a high voltage direct current project. And I'm just trying to understand what the implication of this is. Is this larger in the scope and scale of things? Is it more complicated in terms of technology that you bring to the table? Does it dramatically change the outlook for you in that you can now look at more projects that you weren't looking at earlier?
HVDC itself is a very, very complex engineering design project, basically. And as we told that slowly, HVDC requirement is increasing in India also. HVDC transmission is by 2030 is expected to be around $5.8 billion in this country with a CAGR of around 8.7%. And definitely once we will be delivering this transformer, we will be opening a new era for us. We will be opening a new market for us, where we will be the only company, Indian origin company, to deliver these kind of the transformers to the Indian consumers. And as well as it is going to be good for the Indian utilities also, that they are getting an Indian manufacturer for this product. And it is also in line with the Make in India theme of Government of India. So it's definitely going to benefit it for everybody, including us also, by and large.
Okay, but a couple of metrics, if you can help us with, in that, what is the margin profile of an HVDC transformer compared with something that you would use for your alternating current facility that you would set up, if you can provide that detail or color? And what is the capacity that you currently have, and how quickly can you ramp it up?
Alex, basically margins are definitely going to be better than what we are getting is present, because there are very less manufacturers for this, and it will definitely going to help us in that time, right? And capacity wise, it says there is no capacity enhancement is required as far as this particular order is concerned. And as and when we will get into the more detail into that, we'll go on the capacity expansion if required on this.
Got it. Okay. Mr. Rajora, one final question. Let me rephrase my question. Are there any potential developments in the next 3 to 6 to 12 months that will enable you to beat your already strong guided execution and numbers? Is there something that you're working on which could add to these numbers?
Leaders, definitely we are working on those directions. As for this year, whatever numbers we have said in our last call, we are going to deliver that numbers. And for next year guidance, definitely once we close our Q3 results in next month, we are going to come up with our next year guidance.
Mr. Rajora,
Mr. Rajora,
Mr. Rajora, I appreciate you can give me the color and the numbers only when you formally release it to the exchanges. I just wanted to know what are the factors. Is there something that you're pursuing which will help you beat these numbers potentially? I'm not saying you will, but where is it, or which area is this that could help you?
Neeraj, basically the one thing is going to be help us. The capacity expansion which we were undertaking is going to be take place from the March, April next year onwards for the commercial purposes, and that is going to be definitely help us to enhance our revenue in that direction. That is the biggest thing. More or less order book, we have it for the next year. So we don't have to worry about the order book as far as that is concerned. Yes, execution is going to be very, very strong once this capacity expansion comes place, and 1 or 2 backward integration activities will be in place. That will add up in both the effect, operational efficiencies as well as margins also.
Point out, Mr. Rajora, that the street is paying very close attention to everything that you're saying, and the stock is now currently 2.3% higher. we started the conversation with the stock in the red. So I'm sure that the street as well as us will be looking forward to find out whether everything that you're speaking about right now follows through in the Q3 numbers, and we'll be glad to speak about it soon.
We are always trying for that, and we'll keep trying for that.
Absolutely.
Right?
All right.
Thank you very
so
much
much,
for
Mr.
having me.